when I hear a loud noise, like the garbage trucks coming in the morning when I'm practicing, I get a little smile on my face because they're there to help wake me up, right? Oh, all of the karmic baggage that we humans have accumulated over the year can really show up in those 2 weeks. It's often marked with accidents, sickness, uh, anger, conflict, and a lot of our own neuroses really showing up. I wanted to drive to the parking authority people and punch them in the nose. Like I was like, it was an active thought. Like, I'm going to go there and I'm going to punch them right in the nose. We can stop and kind of adjust our position, take a breath, and say, you know what? I'm going to take a fresh start right now. I want to give us the ground of being able to rely on that loving kindness for ourselves before we really start bringing in those big emotions and thoughts that naturally come up for us, so that we have a place to rest when those come up. Whenever she touches a doorknob, that's her reminder to say, wake up to the present moment.
Sometimes I realize just how small we are because I would zoom out. I'm in this building, I'm in this house, and sometimes if you ever go for a hike and you can see how everything's so small.
Driving is a common place for our minds to show up, right? I generally use driving as a bit of a litmus test of my own mind, because if I'm getting angry at the other people driving, or at a parking ticket, that's sort of an opportunity for me to be aware that my mind is not in it.
The cartoon is just relaxing into open, like being like relaxing into it.
Because you're using your pain and your suffering to wake you up and say, let me be in this present moment, instead of trying to escape it.
At one point, my therapist suggested that I do a little mindfulness, like the moment that I open the car door, because I'm definitely like very impatient and agitated behind the wheel. Like, I hate it. Meditating for like a half an hour, like once I wake up in the morning and I'm lying in bed, and just eating, or like either at night meditating myself to sleep. But I'm trying to do like seated, intentional, like middle of the day kind of thing.
So it's not that we're trying to make the thoughts go away. We're trying to get to this subtle place where we notice that the thought has arisen, and we're able to let it go and not have the thought guide us. It doesn't matter what your class or gender or political views are, whether you're a billionaire or struggling to find your next meal, we are all breathing. And all I could feel was the interconnectedness of the two of us breathing. When our thoughts come and start overpowering us and convincing us that we need to go punch the parking people in the nose, we have this very specific drishti spot that we can come back to. Really notice exactly, precisely, where are you feeling the breath coming in and leaving your nose. Some people actually feel it more on their lips. They don't notice it in their nose as much as they notice the air hitting their lips as it comes by. Every breath, every inhalation, every exhalation has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Every inhalation has a birth, a growth, and a death. Every exhalation has a birth, a growth, and a death. But we're not analyzing the breath. We're not adding a story, or we're not saying, oh, that breath was particularly short, that breath was particularly long. We're noticing it, but we're not analyzing it or adding a story to it. Be quite disturbed that your mind could possibly function that way. And you might start thinking that your mind is more extreme and disturbing and shocking than anybody else's mind. This is very normal, and your mind is not any more shocking or extreme than anybody else's. It's just, that's what our minds do. They think crazy thoughts. And each time we can just return to our breath. It's really loving and accepting what is right now, and it's okay. We're just practicing, can I come back? I can
amazed at how aware those sort of body, the body is sensitive, and especially since I can sense the cooling and random those are not stuck.
Because when we're lost in our thoughts, oftentimes a car driving by playing loud music, or children playing in the park, or a chainsaw going off can wake us up for a second and take us out of that thought and remind us to come back to our practice and to our breath.